Look here, I need to show you this. This is a very Latvian thing. Sometimes we call them messengers of spring. I don't know what is it called in English, but these small flowers, they're cute and pretty, but small, as you see. But they are special, and there will be more. They are special because they are the first ones who come up in the nature after when the spring comes. The snow has melted, ground is still wet, and these things start to flower even while there is still snow in some places. They wake up and start. They are first things which flower in the spring. Isn't that cute? These are the buds bursting. So it's a couple days and it will be in leaf already. This specific tree will be in leaf. Is it a birch? No, it's not a birch. It's elder, I think. That's the first one. The other ones are not yet getting ready. Will be a few days later, or weeks maybe even. Probably not. And this is the stadium of the secondary school, and that one is secondary school of Saldus. And this forest was one of the places where I went to walk, and I sometimes took Hammock with me, and was spending half day in a hammock in the forest alone to get the silence from my over the top crazy busy schedule. I took half a day off or whole day off once a week, and I went into forest to pray and to read and to just soak that silence of the forest. I went much deeper in, not here where the kids are running. And here is some place for picnics. You see, it says atpūtas vieta, literally resting place for hanging out. You can have the fire, you can have the snack, and you know, I bought something extremely Latvian. I'll show you. These are things which I couldn't get outside Latvia. So this is the first thing, the Latvian black bread. It's made out of rye. It's not from wheat, it's rye. And this is a very good one. It's the one with seeds. Can you see it? Kinda. Not really. It's a good one. Then cheese. It's called Holland cheese. It's the Holland recipe, but it's Latvian, of course. And that's a very typical Latvian cheese, which usually all Latvians eat on the we call it John's Day, 24th of June, when the shortest night is of the year, the solstice. And this is kefirs. Do you know what is kefir? It's like cultured milk. It's quite a cool stuff. And I couldn't get them outside. And this is a typical Latvian ice cream. So, let me enjoy the, well, can I say silence? Kind of, but I'm okay. Here, compared to Egypt, this is a complete silence everywhere here. Everywhere. It's so peaceful here. Let me have some snack. Oh, that ice cream was very cold. It's cold already everywhere. And I bought an ice cream. Why did I even do it? I just got freezed myself. But it's okay, I'm walking, I will warm up again. But yeah, everything is still wet. The ground is very wet. Because the snow is completely melted. I don't see any place where the snow would still be. Everything is melted. But it's still wet. The water is still there. It hasn't soaked away yet. And you see it's very wet. It's a bit tricky to walk with these here. But I wanted to have some walk. together with my friends, birds and trees. Well, maybe I will not try to get through there with these. Not the best idea. I could, of course, try to get through those, but there's no point. I can go a different route. Forest is big. Can you hear the birds? Ah, here you see, even bird houses are there. Somebody has put house for the birds. I think Latvians have that attitude that nature and birds and all these things are our friends. So we take care. Like, I don't think anybody got paid for that. Somebody just wanted to do something good for the nature and made a house for the birds. And both of them are happy. The one who built it and that bird family which lives there now. Can you hear? Everything is very clean, especially after Egypt. Because it really is a huge difference. Even here, you see, it's a forest, and a lot of people go to walk here. It's on the edge of the big city, and there is the big school, and school people are usually the least disciplined people of all, like the pupils, the learners. But even they, nobody has been throwing things down. Like we Latvians don't have that culture that we make mess and we make everything dirty. We never throw things on the ground, even if it's somewhere in nature. Like if I had some banana peel or something, I would put it somewhere under some branch or something so it doesn't look messy, but it will be a good food for the microbiology here. But like throwing down plastics or that kind of things, no, we don't do that. And yeah, even if it means that we carry this plastic in a bag for 5 kilometers till the next trash can, we would do it. We wouldn't throw it on the ground. Well, you can't talk about everybody, of course, but you see, here we are looking on the place where a lot of people walk every day. You see the trails are even there, and I didn't see a single paper or wrapper or whatever, plastic or whatever, laying around anywhere. So yeah, this is something what I enjoy about Europeans in general, and Latvians maybe even in particular, I would say. It's a huge difference from Egypt, where, yeah, people throw everything everywhere. But yeah, I shouldn't be saying that probably, otherwise it sounds like I'm now praising my own people and putting down somebody else. I shouldn't be doing it. But I am happy, yeah, to see it when it's clean and tidy. Everything is in order, more or less. It's not perfect, but kind of we strive towards that order, even if we can't get there because of financial situation, which is not very easy in Latvia compared to many other European countries. But yeah, it's quite cool to be here. And cold as well, not only cool. And yeah, by the way, like this spruce, for example, and some pine trees somewhere I don't see around here, the ones which don't have leaves but needles, like these. These needles, the tree keeps them on through all the winter. Even when a big load of snow is on the trees, these needles are still under the snow, and they're still working. But all the other trees which are not conifers, or all the broadleaf trees, they shed their leaves. You see the leaves which was shed in the previous autumn when the first frosts came before the winter started. All the leaves are on the ground. It becomes food for everything what grows here, trees including, and trees themselves just go dormant for the whole winter, and they just have these, let me jump and reach like this. Is this a beech tree or it's alder? It's a shame I don't recognize even. But you see the buds. This is how the tree sleeps through the winter. When these kind of spiky things, or some trees have it more roundish or thicker, that's where the leaf will be sprouting from quite soon, because it's spring and it's getting warmer. And look here, these things, they are called puupuoli, or in singular puupuols. And I don't know how they're called in English. Like these fluffy, something like a bud, but it's not really a bud, like a bud, but these fluffy ones with fur. And yesterday was puupolsvētdiena. In English we usually say Palm Sunday, the Sunday before the Easter. But in Latvian we call it puupolsvētdiena, the bud Sunday, this kind of furry bud Sunday. And it actually happened to be this year exactly now. You see, they are bursting exactly now. Yesterday was that day. And here is a trail to a place called Melnais dīķis, literally black pond. So this pond, for some reason, people called them Black Pond. It is kind of dark, is it? And by the way, we can see not only some more usual birds, but also some swans there. Let's go and say hi. A couple of white, beautiful big swans. Hello dear friends. Do you find something good and edible down there under the water? Yes, dear friends, I'm talking to you. How is your day going? Look like you're busy feeding. Nice. Yeah, and there are some wild ducks as well. The two males. You can see it from the green neck and head. The females are more like grey and brown. Yeah, dear friends, I didn't want to scare you away. Was I too scary that you ran away from me? Yeah, nice. Just happily, easily, comfortably enjoying nice food. Well, for them this food is nice, for us it would be something else. But just having each other's company, enjoying the day, having each other. They're just a couple, no other swans here, and probably nowhere near either. And this couple is just enjoying the day. Guess where I am? I'm having a walk in the forest, and I took my hammock with me and a thick coat. Marek's lended me his thick winter coat, because for him it's not winter anymore. It's a nice spring, it's not snow, it's not minus degrees, not cold. For them, for me it is like winter. That's a nice stream, isn't it? So yeah, so he lended me his thick winter coat, and I took my own hammock, and I'm thinking to have some nice time in the forest, stretch my hammock between trees and read and pray, to get some quiet time. I have been running with people all the time and didn't have much time at peace. And I took some Latvian food from the supermarket. I'll show you. Let me find a good place before. I found a place where I have two reasonable good trees. I have good cover of bushes all around me, so nobody will even probably see me and come to disturb me. And I have some sunlight there, as much sun as you can get in Latvia during March. And I stretched my hammock here. So I'll get in. I have my food there. Actually, I can get in while I'm talking to you. I think I should take off my shoes. I don't want my hammock to get dirty, even though I hope I will not get my feet cold, because it's quite cold. Although I have two very thick socks on me, two trousers. Also, the under ones are very thick, and lot of jumpers and thick winter coat from Hammock. So I should be good, I hope. I'll see. I forgot to take these crazy thick socks, kind of boots almost, which I made, which I was sewing while in the bus to Hurghada. I have these with me at home, but I didn't take them, I forgot. But I think it should be okay. It's not bad, and here is even some little bit of sunshine, and as the sun will be going like that, I should have it for 2-3 more hours, I think. That's why I chose this place. So let me show you what I have. These are not really Latvian. These are from Holland, which is quite typical. But apples, European thing. In Egypt, apples were quite expensive because they were importing it from Europe, and I very rarely was buying them. Now here apples are 3 times cheaper than the cheapest mandarins or oranges. So let me enjoy European stuff. Then here, this is a funny thing. Yeah, you don't see much. I'll open it and I'll show you more. And here is something quite funny and very Latvian. Don't get scared, it's not beer. I haven't started to drink alcohol, don't worry. This is, you see, it's called veselības dzēriens. Veselības iesala dzēriens, actually, original. Veselības dzēriens literally mean health drink. Health drink. Let me see, iesals. Is there somewhere in English? Malt. Malt, how do you pronounce it? That's the word which I was looking for. I forgot how is iesals in English. Malt. I don't know exact details, but it's kind of the same kind of technology what they use for making beer, but the difference is they don't let it to ferment. Brewery process when you get alcohol from the yeast bacteria. I don't know the exact details, but in any case they don't let that to happen, so it's not alcoholic, but it kind of tastes a little bit similar, although I couldn't say I have much experience. 2 times in my life I have tried to drink beer and decided that was enough. And I don't remember how it tasted. I was very young and stupid. That's why I did it. So yeah, and this is nice. This is healthy and good and tasty, and I can't get it. I haven't seen it anywhere else besides Latvian shops. And here is just peanuts. These also are nice. I haven't eaten them for a while. So here I can show you, I opened this thing. It looks kind of not very inviting, but it's very tasty. And here I have my spoon travel spoon, the wooden spoon which I made in Portugal, sitting on the porch. I still carry it with me, and I took it with me because I thought I might buy something like this, because I was planning to go to that shop where I know it's possible to get this. So what this is, it's herring. It's a very Latvian thing also, but many places have herrings, not only Latvia. But yeah, it's kind of traditional, or maybe not so much nowadays, but traditionally it was. Like, there were some travelers in previous centuries who were writing about Latvians that these are people who live in thick forests and eat potatoes and herrings. So that's kind of quite Latvian thing. And this is a salad which is made out of herring and beetroot and sour cream, mayonnaise and other stuff. It's very tasty, and obviously I haven't eaten this for a long time, as you can imagine. I don't know if you can get this thing outside of Latvia. Probably you could in Lithuania or maybe Poland. I'm not sure though. And here I have my Bible. You probably know it already because you watched that video, What's in My Pockets, and I was showing these things. It's actually got broken, I will need to repair. But this is one of the small packets, or small, what do you call packets? Like pieces of Bible. I parted it as in these small packets, as the book binding goes. Each packet separately I divided and I glued so that it doesn't get damaged. And I can take only a small piece. The whole book is like this probably, and I can now take only a small piece with me to the forest or to the trip, and I can enjoy this place. Wow, this was some properly amazing time. I really enjoyed. It's exactly 3 hours ago I settled in here, and you see, it's exactly what I predicted. The sun is now there. And at the beginning, in the previous video, it was somewhere there behind the tree. So it literally went like this and gave me 3 hours of sunshine. And now it will go behind those small spruce trees. And I'm thinking to go home now, so it's really good. And it has been really pleasant. And by the way, this sunshine, it's funny. You see where the sun is there. It's not above your head. Here. It's down there and very far away, and it's small and it's bleak, very weak. It's not an African sun which is directly above your head and hot. This one is barely heating you up somehow a little bit. That's why we Europeans, oh I should say Northern Europeans, when we talk about sun, we associate it with something pleasant, warm, smiley, happy, that kind of feelings. That's why we northern men, we sometimes call our wives our dear sunshines. Like if my wife is very pleasant character, always smiley and bubbly and happy, I could call her my dear sunshine. And it's something sweet. It's the sun here is pleasant and it's completely teethless. It's not harsh in any way at all. It's weak. While in Africa, even in Africa, people's hair is growing differently to protect them from the harsh sunshine. Like if you, let's say if an African person lets their hair grow naturally as they grow, you get a very thick insulation for your head from the sunshine, because the sun is relentless. That heat is like a torture. It can cook your brain through the skull if you don't have any hat on. It's not the case here at all. It's weak, it's bleak, it's just enough to, I can even look at the sun with my open eyes and it doesn't burn my eyes even. So it's just a pleasant, what do you call it? Like, instead of the day being very dark and depressive and gloomy, it's a present smiley sunshine. Oh, it's nice. Very different from African sun. Let me pack everything up and walk home. This was a really nice time here. Look, we have a hedgehog. What an amazing being. When I was a child, we had hedgehogs very often in our yard, and I was saving them from my dog, who always wanted to hunt on them. So cute. There is a little bit of snow coming. Tiny bit. It's difficult to see in the camera even. Tiny small powdery flakes. Not like a proper snow. But we'll see, maybe later will be more. But just in case if not, I want to show you this so that I can at least show you something. I haven't seen snow coming for a very long time. Look, here are these pretty flowers which I don't know the name in English, but there's so much that I just have to walk there and show it to you. How can I go past to something so beautiful and pretty? Look. Isn't this beautiful? Look at this. Remember, I was showing you the same tree, this very same tree, a few days ago, and it was still not in leaf. And now you see, the leaves are sprouting. They're not full size yet, and now they got snow inside them, but they'll be okay, although it's not ideal. Yeah, and this is the first tree. It looks like a black alder, but I'm not sure. There is observation in Latvian nature. The people are looking which ones are sprouting leaves first, either alders, these ones, or birch trees, the white trunked one. And if the birch is first to sprout in the spring, it means it will be good summer. And good for Latvians means sunny and dry. Not like in Kenya, where you have too much sun. And if the alders are the first to sprout, it means it will be a bad summer, wet and rainy and cold, and it will be difficult to grow anything for the farmers because it's too wet and not enough sunlight, cold. And you see, here we are getting some snow, which is not melting yet, like on that tree trunk. That's snow. This is actually snow. That's actual snow. And this is snow as well. I wonder if you noticed, these things are sprouting. I think when we were here the last time, some 3 days ago, let me see those videos, but I don't think we saw any. The moss, this thing, it was there, but all the leaves, I don't think they were already sprouted. And you see, now everything becomes green even on the forest floor, and it won't take long all the trees will be green as well very soon. Like these, you see, they are already sprouting leaves. New leaves, not fully opened yet. Cool. Soon everything will be green, 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 green everywhere. Green Latvia. Land of forests and greenery. This is what I have been growing up with. Forests and greenery everywhere. Which I quite like. Well, I don't see it yet, of course. I'm imagining only. Few days and it will be green here as well. Look what I made. I'm still testing it and I'm still stretching it and I'm adjusting the length of these ropes in the middle. But it looks like it will be working. If these black lines wouldn't be there, that net would shrink very narrow and very long. But now, since I have these lines, it kind of holds it, and it means that the net sags wider instead of stretching it and becoming very narrow. If I need this net to be wider, I adjust these temporary knots. I will fix them at the end, but now these knots are temporary so that I can adjust while the ropes are stretching, the net is stretching. I can adjust. I think it should be good. I can just adjust these lines and it will be good. And these lines are so long so that I have bigger choice of how far the trees are. Like I have more choice if there are not enough trees. Look what happened to me. I'm under snow. This is like a bit weird snow. It's almost like half hailstones, half snow. It's small and hard. It's weird. And even there, you see, my net is covered with snow. And by the way, one other funny thing. Have you ever seen this? You don't even see so much, but I think you can see that my hand is kind of pinkish, reddish, bluish color from the cold. And by the way, this is my bag with a little bit of snow, and this thing will go on my shoulder. That's how we do it. And this is how it looks when it's packed. Well, I could pack it a little bit tighter, but you see the idea. Let's go home. It's too cold here and I'm getting wet. Have you seen these? We call them raspodiņi, which means dew pots, like pots for dew. You see? This is water inside. You see? It collects water drop in each of these leaves. A cute thing. I remembered them from my childhood. How many of these flowers are here? Everywhere. Literally everywhere. You see how green the grass is getting. It almost is, and the leaves are sprouting as well everywhere. It's almost getting starting to look like in summer. This grass will be a lot longer and more lush, but it's already green. It's not how it was, grey and dead looking after the winter when it was under snow. Now everything is getting green slowly. Cool. And look who is there. I wonder, will he let me pass? Or will he be aggressive? Maybe if he's guarding their nest, but I don't think they have nest. My friend, do you have nest already? Will you be aggressive? You're not aggressive at all, but you're so friendly. And you're not afraid of me at all. Look how he eats the grass. He's eating dandelion leaves. It's obviously more tasty to him. Is it, my friend? Is it more tasty? Yeah, he's picking dandelions, not the other leaves. You are a cool guy. Yeah, I'm talking about you. Wow, how big his legs are. When I'm getting closer, he was kind of starting to, what do you call it, when he beefens him up, like making him look bigger and more aggressive, like to make the wings. But no, he's peaceful. He's just having his dinner. I'm literally so close to I'm now too close to you. Like literally I'm here. Yes, my friend, I'm not doing anything bad to you. But I get that I was looking a bit aggressive to you, so you felt you need to protect yourself and your territory. That's fine, my dear swan. Yeah. Where is your other friend? Where is your spouse today? I remember there were two of you a few days ago. Ah, actually I see where it is. There's the other one. Today they're not friendly together. What a cool guy. And he is letting me so close to him. Yeah, he eats only dandelion, nothing else. What a funny guy. Will you let me to pass? Have a good day, dear swan. All the best and bon appetit for your dandelions. You see, friends, this is my YouTube channel, and down there is the link to my Patreon, where every now and again I post some little bit more personal videos where I share a bit more about my life. I thought maybe somebody of you might be interested. This is a chestnut tree, and it's very pretty when it starts to sprout the new leaves. This will be a flower, and these are the small leaves which are being sprouted, but they will be much bigger. And under the chestnut tree, you see, especially here together with the leaves, there are chestnuts themselves as well. They're literally seeds, and you see they start to sprout. If I would leave this in the ground, a new tree would grow, and you see there are many. It goes through the leaf, and even here, that's even underground, and here as well. So many of these chestnuts are sprouting. They were sitting whole winter under these leaves. Look at this, my friends. What kind of a place I found. I'm literally sleeping across the stream and exactly on top of it. Isn't that cool? What a nice place. And this beautiful silence of the forest. Life is good. Look at what's happening outside. Big snowflakes. Let's open it again. You see, we can't even see the church there. You can barely make it there. But it's snowing everywhere. But since it is spring, it will not be long and it's not cold enough. You see the road, all the snow is melting. On the grass blades it's still standing, but it will melt. As soon as it will stop snowing, it will melt because it's not cold enough. It's spring already. But yeah, these things sometimes happen during spring even, when you suddenly get a snow, but it melts away very quickly. Look what's happening today. Even the road is not getting to melt away because it's too much snow. And with these shoes, they're definitely not meant for this weather. But luckily it won't be for long. But today is predicted to come even more snow. So we'll see. I might be able to film you something even more white than this. Funny. Spring. Oh my dear. I decided to go out. I need to show you. You see, this is even more like and you can see it's warm. Well, warm. It's not negative temperature, it's not minus, it's around 0, maybe even +1 degree. So it's not frozen, it's still wet and the snow is melting, but it's quite a lot. It's snowing for the whole day, and you see everything is like in winter, except that it's wet. Like in proper winter, everything would be frozen into ice. All the puddles would be solid ice, you could skate on it. But yeah, you can see what's happening here. You see? And I have quite big hands, long fingers, and I can barely get through the snow to the grass. Is this crazy or what? Oh dear. And you see here, well, it's a bit difficult to see, but if you look in the trees, you see all the branches are covered with snow, like if it would be winter. And you can see from which direction the wind has been coming. This is bare, no snow. Okay, this is covered from there, but you can see here on this side there is snow, because the snow was coming from that side, and and here you can see the snow on these branches. Look at this. Ah. And this is end of April. As they sometimes say, April, April. Please don't forget that you are not January. Like the winter months, December, January, February, for that everything is under snow. But not now, end of April. You see the snow on the tree. Oh dear. End of April. This is end of April. If you would stand here under this tree, well, not from here, but kind of, I would do, nah, it's wet. It doesn't really fall down so much. Yeah, you see where it fell down, all these droplet pieces. But if it's dry snow, if it would be cold, then it's quite crazy. You can get a proper shower of snow. Like if you stand under the tree and somebody hits the trunk of the tree and everything falls on you. Like you can get buried in the snow. But not now. Everything is wet, and that snow is wet since it is warm. It is not negative temperature. And because of that, everything is wet. This is the kind of snow which you can make into snowball. You see, it can be made very hard because it's wet. You can make a very hard snowball, almost like piece of ice, and that's a typical Latvian thing for kids. What to do when the first snow is coming? You make snowballs and you throw to each other. You make a snowball fight, shooting with snowballs. But if the temperature is cold, when it's negative, below zero, then the snow is very, very dry. It's like powder, and it doesn't stick together. You can't do this thing. You would just go inside and it would be like a powder. It would go everywhere and it wouldn't stick to your hand. You couldn't make a snowball out of it. But yeah, now it's wet. April, April. You forgot you are not December or January. Everything is in bloom. And yeah, these are those flowers which I left, and there are 3 bunches of them as well. But yeah, let's go back to our tree. So, what is it? It's definitely not cherry, it's definitely not plum. I would say it is 80–90% sure it's apple, but maybe it could be pear. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm almost sure it's apple. And it's full of bees. For the bees, it's like feast. It's amazing, so many flowers this time of the year. And you see there are another trees there, and behind there are more trees, and there are more trees in flower, and there as well. And this apple also is starting to flower. It's not yet blooming fully. You see, these are the buds, and here they're starting to bloom only. Yeah, but it's not cut properly. It will not give a lot of fruit. And there is some other apple, which is a little bit further down the road of getting to bloom. You see, these are buds, but there are many flowers which have opened already. And there the neighbors have also fruit trees. And there, and the grass which I mowed, it's also all these small flowers are getting their heads up after the mowing. And you see the inner yard as well is full with dandelions. Well, not completely full, but quite a bit of them. Cute. Fruit trees blooming everywhere. Isn't that pretty?
Vai īstam?
Nu, kāds ir mēģināsim plēst un ēst?
Ēst un ēst. That's why he's scared. Yeah, but why can't I?
It looks like we have a friend here. Hello, friend. How close will you let me to come to you? Hello there. How are you today? You're so brave. Usually your brothers are hiding from me, and you are so brave. My dear. What a funny friend you are. Will you still not be afraid from me? No, I'm without zoom. You must roll to a ball now, but you're still not afraid of me. Oh dear, you're so brave. Although he's breathing very fast. Look how close I can come. And he's still not rolling in a ball completely. Just a little bit hiding his nose. My dear. This is so cute. Look, our friends have children. Let's see one more time in a slow motion. They're literally walking in the middle of the street. Look at these friends. The first one is probably coming to protect them. It looks a little bit aggressive, but not too much. Are you aggressive, my friends? Protecting your small ones. Isn't this a cute family? Let's see if I can get closer before he gets overly protective, this guy. He doesn't seem to be caring even. Well, a little bit. Aren't you such a cute family, my friends? Yeah, he's coming for me. Let's not make any arguments with this guy. Let's step back and give them some sense of security. You're a cute family. I like you. Now I am in the bus going from Saldus town to Riga, the capital of Latvia, and you can see the summer is in full swing. It's end of June already. This is river Lielupe. Lielupe in Latvians mean the big river, but it's actually not the biggest. Daugava is even bigger, but this is quite big as well. Here we are in a trolley bus going through Riga. This one is River Daugava, a small part of it between two islands. On the right is Lucavsala, and on the left is Zaķisala, and that's the television tower on that island. And further there is the center of Riga, but you can't really see past those trees. That's another part of River Daugava. On the right is Zaķisala, and on the left is the right side of the right bank of the river. And here you can see the center. That is the railway station square, railway terminal probably I should say. That's the terminal itself there. And this is Brīvības Street, which means Street of Liberty, the biggest street in Riga. Academy of Art. So my friends, I have spent 3 amazing months in Latvia, and it's time to go further afield. See you in my next videos in some other countries. All the best! If you would like to hear more from me, my friends, and at the same time to support me in my ways, I would like to invite you to become my patron. You can find the link to my Patreon just below the channel description in my YouTube channel's About page.